The first 2025 Audi Q7s are here with engaging road manners, premium interior packed with desirable tech. The Q7 is a three-row SUV that moves to satisfy with an interior that smooths the senses and looks that please the eye. And we have the first ones here today at Audi Lakeland. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel where this is an exciting day because the first 2025 Audi Q7s have arrived here at Audi Lakeland in Florida, and I have the first one here to show off to you guys, done in Mythos black metallic paint. Now we got the black optic package on here, we have the premium plus package, we got a couple things here. I want to show you guys what's new for the 2025 model year, go over the options and features, and let you know everything that this Q7 has to offer for the 2025 model year. So with that said, let's get right to it. Now, per usual, big shout out to Audi Lakeland here in Florida for letting me take a walk around this beautiful Q7 for the 2025 model year. Make sure you guys check the links in the description for their phone number and a link to their website if you guys are trying to get one of these beautiful cars in your driveway today. So I know you guys want to know what's new for the 2025 model year. What's changed for this Q7? Well, this three-row SUV has styling refreshes like a reworked grille. It has updated headlights, updated taillights, and new exterior color options with a fresh wheel design as well. Well, more than one actually. You also have the Q7's cabin that has been enhanced with some new upholstery and trim choices, and the infotainment system has actually been upgraded to include app integrations like Spotify and Amazon Music. And of course, we gotta mention dimensions with a wheelbase of 117.9 inches, a length of 199.3 inches, a width of 77.6 inches, and a height of 68.5 inches with a total curb weight of 503 pounds. Now let's talk about power for the 2025 model year. This is a front engine all-wheel drive 7-passenger Q7. And with that said, you're looking at an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, this engine is a turbocharged and intercooled 24-valve V6. It has an aluminum block and heads with direct fuel injection. That's going to translate to 355 horsepower and 369 pound-feet, which is going to give you a 0 to 60 mile per hour time in 5 seconds flat, with a top speed at 130 miles per hour. So this is it, the Q7 45 TFSI Quattro for the 2025 year. And again, we talked about this paint being Mythos black metallic. Now it's an upcharge for this paint and well worth it. As you guys can see, the Florida sun is definitely doing it justice, but not as good as seeing it in person. Definitely one you gotta come check out and see. Now we also have, when it comes to the front fascia, the black optic package on this model, and we have anthracite gray Audi beam rings, which is why you see those shining right there front and center in the grille. And again, with the black optic package blacked out in the front, we have full LED headlamps as well right up front, and that is standard on this Q7, not even an option. Standard are the full LED headlamps, which we will see illuminated shortly, but I had to show those off. But with the black optic package, you get a lot of gloss black features, and it looks so good against the Mythos black paint because really it just blacks this whole front fascia out and then stands out with the anthracite gray rings for Audi right up front. And as you guys can see, the restyled front grille and the fascia all together, just its premium luxury and quality just makes it to a sporty feel. I really love the way that this front end looks. Now we're getting more premium plus package and black optic package on the side profile when it comes to the Q7. Now, just in case you guys forget which model we're looking at here, right there on the B pillar, you can see Q7 TFSI Quattro. Now it's a 45 TFSI Quattro when it comes to the power unit, but as you guys can see, this looks really good. Now, part of our package is the 20-inch bicolor finish wheels, as you guys can see here, wrapped in run flat Scorpion tires from Pirelli. All right, Scorpion Verde all seasons, run flat tires, 20-inch wheels. Look at the Audi beam rings right there in the center, just looking so sharp with this whole setup. Gloss black around the wheel wells, as well as the side skirt completely done in gloss black with the Quattro engraving in the back to match this whole flavor. You have the Mythos black metallic for the mirror caps there as well. Blacked out door handles, blacked out roof rails, blacked out window moldings. All of this is done in black with a panel roof up there as well because it's fully glass, as you guys can see, with the shark fin antenna there as well. Again, I mean, the theme of here is black, 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 and then the bright finish matches the bright finish on the Audi beam rings up front, so it's a lot of symmetry. Now the rear profile for the Q7 is going to be my favorite. You can see that we have those anthracite gray rings to match the front here in the rear as well. We also have the LED tails that look phenomenal. Again, we will see those illuminated with the headlights shortly, and the blacked out Q7 badge, if you guys can catch it, right here under the driver's side tail lamp. Looks really cool, blends in very nicely. As you guys can see, we have the horizontal reflectors here as well, very symmetrical with the tail lamps there as well, going with that whole setup. I do love in the tail lamps how we have the strike through going through it, splitting the tail lamps here, as you guys can see. So you can see this black part going through the middle, and then the bottom, you can see the red. It's gonna look really good when we have it illuminated. Then you can also see the rear diffuser, where we do have a kind of honeycomb style grill, but it's a Fox grill. Rear diffuser is just done in a black plastic look. But then the exhaust tips are done in black. Let me kind of come around the corner here so you guys can see. That is a black finish for those exhaust pipes there, and it looks really good. It's a shiny black, but it is a black finish. So it goes very well with the whole livery that we have here today. Integrated third brake light underneath there, and then obviously the windshield wiper right there with the spoiler done right here on the side, as well with the gloss black side blades. It looks really good, this whole setup. I really enjoyed how Audi set this up for the 2025 model year. Now let's talk about your fuel economy, because you're looking at 22, 20, 26. So 22 combined city and highway, 20 city, and 26 for the highway. Now this is the part where your eyes are gonna play tricks on you, because while we have around 15 cubic feet of cargo space in the rear, well, we actually have 138 cubic feet of passenger space. That doesn't seem like it's right? Because this looks like a lot more than 15 cubic feet of space. As you guys can see, this car is brand new, just got here, so it's got all the wrappings and everything here from packaging. But why does that not make sense? Well, we do have a 40-20-40 split when it comes to the rear seats. But you're like, Ron, how does that, this is a 3-row SUV. This is, the cargo mat right here is actually preventing us from seeing that third row. And we have the privacy shade partition right here as well, so you guys will see that going along with everything here. But this is actually 3 rows. I'm going to show you guys by sliding this down, and now you can see the second set of seats here. Can you guys see the split right there? There we go. So it's not the second set, it's the third set of seats, but you guys can see these are actually seats that are folded down here and placed to put the cargo net down, or cargo mat here, so that will fit. So if you want the cargo mat that you guys have here, you're gonna need to place it with that third row placed down. So this is a 3-row SUV. So that's why that didn't make sense when I gave those numbers. Now, if I slide that up, we also have a false floor here. You guys will be able to see, get my hands in there, and you guys will see tire inflate kit, everything as far as a couple tools and everything down there. So not a lot of space when it comes to back here, but when you fold that third row down, you got a lot of extra space when it comes to the cargo of this thing. And this is a way that you will fold down your seats depending on what row you're trying to fold down. So this is the dead giveaway that this is 3 rows, as you guys can see here. Now don't think I'm not going to show you the full trunk capacity here and pull up these third rows so you guys will see how these seats feel once we get into the rear. So let's do that first by putting up the seats here in the third row by pressing this button here. As you guys can see, it is automated. You have to keep your hand on it to put it as far back as you would like it. Flip up the headrest and you're done there. So let's do that for the other side by doing the same thing. Holding that, you hear the beep. And sorry, I keep stuttering, I keep messing up my fingers, keep slipping. All right, and then put that up. So now you guys will see how the trunk space looks, and then we'll hop in the third row, show you guys the second row as well so you guys can see it all together. But just to show you guys, that's what we're looking at. Now we gotta show you how these lighting units work, right? So you guys will see the full LED headlamps there. I'm gonna get a little closer because it's for the sun. It's gonna kind of block our shine a little bit. So you guys will see how they look completely illuminated. And then you can see the turn signal and the mirror cap here. And then in the rear, we'll have the LED tails, illuminated as well. Sequential lighting per usual. It all looks so good together when you put it with this black Q7. Let's talk about the key fob for 2025. It's very familiar that we're used to. So we have the lock button here. We have the the trunk release here, and then the unlock button there with the Audi beam rings, all done in a gloss black face with the aluminum sides, and also the black backing with the red panic button on the back as well. The physical key fob is right here. You press this button, you can pull out an actual key, and that will actually get you in the car just in case your key fob battery dies, but same key that we're used to for the Audi brand. Let's take a look inside the interior of the 2025 Q7, because now we have a standard 10.1 inch infotainment screen. We also have a smaller 8.6 inch screen, which is for your climate and vehicle settings. That's right below that infotainment screen. Now, Audi has added this new infotainment screen across the lineup. It can be in the A6, A7, A8 sedans, and as well as the Q8 SUV, and all Q7 models also come with a virtual digital cockpit, and this is a gauge display. It has 4G LTE, Wi-Fi, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration with that. And you also have audio files that will love the Bang & Olufsen sound system. That's an option. That has 23 speakers and 1920 for the wattage. That is insane. But let's take a look inside this model here that we have, because you can see it's all done in black. You can see the door paneling and door cards here. Let us know basically what our spec is going to be like with the soft touches and the stitching, the hard touch plastics, the interior here where we have the door cards done in a soft touch as well, the wood, gloss wood integration as well, and kind of like an ash grayish kind of look, and then aluminum as far as everything else goes with that as well. So then we take a look. We have the side sill here, which is covered up and protected. We have the Audi mats, the Q7 weather mats here as well, and you guys can see the whole brake pedal, dead pedal, and gas pedal setup. And then the seats in a very comfortable black feel with that stitching, just like the door cards, done in that kind of grayish white look. Now with that, you guys will see that these seats look very comfortable, and we'll test them out in just a moment. And then looking up top, you will see big panel roof letting in a lot of natural lighting, because you gotta have that in the Florida sun. Get the most of it, right? Let's hop inside of this thing and see what it's all about. Let's solid sounding thunk our way into closing the door. Shout out to Redline Reviews, and also put on the brake, start, stop button there. Now we're to life. And we have a beautiful chime as well, if you guys didn't just hear that. All right, so we're in the 2025 Q7, and you can tell this is modernized when it comes to the interior. And wow, they weren't kidding about these screens. There's screens everywhere. The digital gauge cluster, the infotainment, and the screen here with your climate and vehicle settings as well. So let's start right up front here. I mean, we have the Audi leather steering wheel. You guys can see the aluminum piece right here in the center with the Audi beam rings right there to go along with it. You guys will see we have our view controls for our digital instrument cluster we'll go through in just a second. And we have our hands-free and radio controls on this side. Paddle shifters that are mounted to the steering wheel. We have our stocks for our lighting here. We have our driver assistance stock right underneath there, if you guys can see it. And then our windshield wiper stock, well, sorry, right there, if you guys can see that. All right, and then on the left-hand side, you will see our lighting controls there. And then a little extra space. That's always good for your registration and insurance, just in case you do some spirited driving. Now, you guys will see the soft touches on the dashboard when it comes to the plastic, but then you also have the stitching to give it a little bit more flair and styling as well. Now, when we come over here to over the glove box, you will see the gloss black Quattro with aluminum in there as well. And it looks really good with that whole setup, because then you also have that kind of gloss ash gray feel when it comes to the insert there. And you can't see it as well. There we go. It's kind of because of the sun's glaring there, but looks really good all integrated together with the glove box here, giving you some space there as well. Now, close that up and we'll talk about our infotainment screen, 10.1 inches. And you guys know this system is the same system you guys have seen in Audi. I'm just skipping past these really quick so you guys can see that this is the same infotainment setup for MMI that we are used to in Audi models. So with that said, it's all haptic when it comes to these buttons, so you actually got to press it in a little bit. I was tapping it. You have to press it, and it feels like it's clicking the screen, but it's a touch screen. It's just haptic on the touch screen. So this is something that you guys are used to, and it's very smooth. I mean, I love gliding across this glass because it just feels like butter, literally butter when you're going across this thing. Ambient lighting, Alexa, I mean, all the good stuff you guys need. Phone apps, navigation, it's all here when it comes to that infotainment screen. Now underneath we have that kind of climate control, I want to say climate control screen, but you can do more under here. You guys will see your start stop right up top there, your hill descent, this you just hold down, it'll take you to your home address for GPS. This here will give you a garage door opener for home link, and then this will actually turn off the screen if I hold it down. Now you got the screen off, hold it again, and it's a haptic screen just like the infotainment screen. All right, then your climate controls there, your heated seats, AC, sink, everything is here when it comes to, you know, your air conditioning. As you guys can see it popping up, everything here, it's all here on this screen. Now this is not the only thing here, because you have your drive mode selector here as well. So if I press that, I can go between off-road, comfort, auto, and dynamic for my drive mode selector. I can also turn off my traction, and I can do max, front, and rear for my HVAC with the hazard buttons there. This, press that, and we get our parking controls for our cameras. So you guys will see we have plenty. Let's go to 3D because this is always fun. You guys can see us right there on the lot where we stand, real time. That's always the best part about this thing, is the technology that's in this. You can even see my backpack land on the ground there. That's really funny. So I love this. I know not everybody's gonna use the 3D surround, but for me, if I'm trying to get out of a space, that is one thing that you will definitely catch me doing. But there's so much more to it. Just definitely play with that. Also, your driver assistance right there. For that, you can do maximum, individual, and basic. And then radio controls here with your start stop button there. So you have all the great things you're used to. You have your cup holder here, 12-volt plug-in, your gear selector. This here is your parking brake, all right? So foot on the brake, press that down, or actually lift it up, sorry, lift it up, and you're engaging it. If you press it down, then you turn it off. This is for actual park. So we're in park, you press that for park. But if you want to shift gears, don't press this, press this. Now we're in drive, now we're in neutral, now we're in reverse, all right? And then you can see the cameras come up. So just keep that in mind. Then you press this for park. Don't get these confused, don't get these confused. Now in the armrest, which has a nice soft feel to it, you have a little bit of storage here, but that's basically right above your wireless charging pad. And then you have two USB-C plugins right there as well, with a little bit more storage on the side here. If you guys look up here, we can do our SOS button, our dome lights, floodlights, and we also have our controls for our panoramic roof. And then right up top here, you guys will see in the visor, pull that down, we got a mirror, we got a light. So now let's test out the rear space, because we know we have a 138 cubic feet of space, and this middle row is going to be the best between this and the third row. And the access to the third row is going to be a little tough, but we do have the second row here. As you guys can see, it is not captain's, it's a complete bench. So you can fit three very comfortably back here when it comes to the seating. Now, in case you wanted to get to the rear, there's a couple of ways to do so. So obviously fold it down by holding this and folding the actual seat back down. You can also get in and slide this seat by this trigger here, so you guys can see it. So if I want to slide it up, I can do that, make a little bit more space, and then press this here to access the rear. Now it won't fold flat since that is in the way, but I can always press this button to adjust the headrest, make it go flat. But then we can access the rear. So you guys will see the two seats in the third row. It's pretty wide as far as the seats themselves, but the leg room is going to be somewhat minimal there when it comes to actual space. So keep that in mind. You can also use this here, and you push in. I can never do this right. Push in, there we go. And then you can pull this up if you're in the back, or you can use the automated buttons here as well to move the seats, and you can move those back seats using the automated buttons. So if I wanted to move down the third row, I can just press this here, or I wanted to put them up, I can press that as well, just how I did from the trunk space. But if I want to move that back up, I can do that, or I can do the trigger and move it. It's just depending on what you guys want to do when it comes to the seats. Now when you hop in, you will also see that you have Your HVAC controls here in the middle. You also have underneath the HVAC your USB-C plugins and 12 volt. Had to maneuver my way down there to get to that. And then you also have a center armrest here, and that center armrest, in case you're not sitting anybody in the middle, will have cup holders as well there. The same materials on the door paneling as you guys see up front. So the same wood trim, gloss wood trim, Bang & Olufsen sound system, and then the nice soft touches on the armrest, and the upper is done in plastic. You also have the beautiful glass roof to let in a lot of natural light as well. So it's not a bad place to be at all when it comes to the Q7. So now let's do the sticker breakdown of the 2025 Audi Q7 45 TFSI Quattro. So your base price before even any options are added is $60,500. But after the options we have on this specific model and the $1,195 destination charge, you're looking at $68,450. Now, how did we get there? Well, we have that Mythos black metallic paint at $595. We also have the black interior that's included in the price. Now you have the Premium Plus package here at $3,800, giving us our 20-inch wheels, all-season run flat tires, Bang & Olufsen sound system, heated steering wheel, illuminated door sills, LED interior lighting plus package, top view camera system, and wireless phone charging pad. Now we also have the black optic package at $1,100 with the 20-inch spoke designs and the black bicolor finish for the wheels. The all-season run flats goes with that as well. The anthracite gray Audi rings, black exterior trim, and dark chrome exhaust tips. Now you have the Audi beam rings at $495 and the cargo cover at $385 with Audi Guard protection kit at $380. That's how we got here today, but everything you see on this side here comes standard with the 2025 model. So you can see everything as far as your technical equipment, comfort and technology, safety and convenience, and then the warranty, which is important, 4 years, 50,000 miles, 12-year limited warranty against corrosion, and 4 years roadside assistance coverage as well. Now, with that said, I want to go over this again very slowly so you guys can see it. Screenshot it, zoom in, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you guys see all this stuff at the $60,500 price tag that you'll get on your new Q7 for the 2025 model year. So at $68,000, what do you guys think about the new Q7s for the 2025 model year? Are you digging the new options and features that you guys can get on these models? And how do you like this specific spec behind me here today? Drop those comments down below. Now, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys check the links in the description if you guys want to get these cars, and make sure you guys give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, but click the notification bell so you don't miss one video, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.